Yes, people, and this is finally the video so many of you guys have requested, and it's the infamous winner takes all Zims Muller's Everton tactic that had me dominating Manny's save. If you have not watched the series, I'm telling you right now, some of the most brilliant, exquisite, excruciating, and whatever adjective you want to put on it, piece of football manager content that has existed. Go check it out right now. It's called Winner Takes All. And using this tactic in Manny's Winner Takes All series, you can see it right there. Zims wins a whopping £830, guys. This tactic was cooking the man them. They were fuming with me, but hey, winner takes all, right, people? Now, before we get into this video, guys, YouTube has told me that 80% of you that watch my videos have not hit that subscribe button. What are you doing, guys?
Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
What are we doing, people? You clearly like the content. Hit the subscribe button. I'm on the road to 20,000 subscribers, people. It will help a lot. And just to show you how much 20,000 subs means to me, I'm gonna turn around and hit a free throw for you guys. And if I hit that, I want you guys to make sure you're hitting that sub button right now. Right, let's go. Right, here it is. Guys, please subscribe, bro. Please, man. I'm also live on Twitch. All the links to my social medias are in the description, so make sure you are following them up right now. But let's stop wasting time and let's get into this tactic right now. This is the tactic I've been using. It is simply a 4-2-1-3, guys. And we're gonna go through every single role, every single player position, every single player instruction, so you guys can understand the thought process I used when creating this tactic. A lot of people in Manny's comments were saying Zims needs to be investigated. A lot of people in the comments called for investigation on Zims, said Zims surely has downloaded tactics. Other people said we need Zims at Everton. Zims' tactics are so good. So guys, here is the video. I'm gonna explain the thought process in which I used when creating this tactic. This tactic was not downloaded, bro. Just know.
You sound as though you're feeling the pressure.
I'm not feeling the pressure, no. You cannot put pressure on me.
Guys, this tactic was created by me and no one else. I'm sorry that I just understand what to do in the game sometimes. I understand the philosophy I'm trying to implement on the pitch. And I'm gonna break it down for you guys and explain exactly what I was thinking when I first created this tactic. Let's get into it. Now, before we actually get into the tactic, I wanna show you guys what we have been doing. As you can see, Everton, top of the league in the first season. It was insane, if I'm being honest with you guys. 23 games played, 19 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw. Manny obviously sent me the save file at some earlier point, so this is what I'm showing you guys the tactic with. Calvert-Lewin was challenging, going machine for machine with Erling Haaland, having the exact same average rating with him, and Beto off the bench doing exactly what he needs to do as well. Pickford with a load of clean sheets. Listen, Everton were cooking, it's fair to say the least. Anyways, we look over at the schedule and we can see some of the results we were giving teams was insane. Like beating Aston Villa 6-0 at Goodison Park. Some might say Aston Villa ain't a great score, but we'll scroll down then. Getting a 0-0 draw at Anfield. Shut up shop and let Liverpool know, listen, we're taking a point at least. We move over where we can see us going to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and crashing it on Spurs, making them lose 4-0 at home. I'm sure Postecoglou might have got sacked after that game. Anyways, we then faced Man United at Goodison Park and smashed them 4-0. Now let me show you guys some of the goals before we actually get into the breakdown of this tactic. A 4-0 hiding against Man United. You can see us working in them wide areas. Beto whips it in. Dominic Calvert-Lewin with a header. Next goal. Going on the set piece. Finds Beto, heads it down, and João Neves with a little one. Right, Patterson down wide again. João Neves works it back into the box. Mulatov and crashes from Decore. And the final goal is Diamande to Decore. Wide areas once again. Finadego whips it in, goes for everyone, and Beto for a tap-in, man. Now moving to the Tottenham away, we can see Calvert-Lewin scores a penalty. Take that. Once again, down the wide areas, guys. Remember, this is going to be key to this tactic, the wide spaces. Calvert-Lewin scores a tap-in. Corner again. Guys, you're gonna need to sort out your set piece as well if you haven't already. Quickly worked and ran through it with a tap in. And a final goal, wide areas again. Mikalenko to the Corey to Molotov, and it's 4-0. Now, before we get into the player roles, guys, these are the tactical instructions. So first up, it is a positive mentality. We go in possession. We've kept it fairly wide. However, I want to let you guys know in certain games, I did actually switch all the way down to wide, depending on what formation the opposition was playing. So if they were playing a 5-back, then I wouldn't go all the way wide. But if they were playing 4 at the back, I would go wide. It just depended on game-to-game scenarios. Right, we kept in pass into space every single time. Focus played on the left and right, obviously, as you saw in those clips. And then we had overlap on the left, overlap on the right. Pass of directness shorter, tempo higher, run at defense, and final third was low crosses, as you saw in most of those clips. We were hitting the ball low, just making it hard for the opposition, and then literally someone would have a tap in anywhere in the box. Moving into in transition, counter press, counter, that is box standard. That will always be on every one of my tactics. And then finally, distribute quickly and roll it out. So rolling out to the center backs, rolling it out to the DMs, rolling it out to the fullbacks, and whoever else is there to help build up the play. Finally, out of possession, we have gone with a high press, much higher defensive line. This is used, guys, to compress the pitch. However, you're gonna need fast center backs. You're also gonna need fast fullback because you are susceptible to receiving counter attacks from the opposition. They will literally go long ball in behind. Those were some of the goals you will see in the series that I conceded a load of times. Literally one ball from the opposition from maybe their fullback or their winger in behind into the opposition striker, and they're through on goal. However, high risk, high reward for me. I am trying to press that pitch, compress it as much as possible so the opposition are not let out. As soon as they get the ball, we are counter pressing them and trying to win the ball. ASAP pronto, give me that ball back. Trigger press much more often, which literally goes with what I've just been talking about. Prevent short goalkeeper distribution. Hence, we are trying to force the opposition to actually go long instead of trying to play through our team. So we want to prevent this goalkeeper from distributing, especially having 3 strikers. This will help, obviously, because they're going to block off the options from the 2 center halves and maybe one of the fullbacks. So yeah, it just makes sense. Get stuck in, as always. Guys, you will receive a lot of yellow cards. Maybe not too many red cards if you've got intelligent players, but a hell of a lot of yellow cards and fouls. I can't lie, it happened so many times, but high risk, high reward for me. This is what I'll always do in my opinion, man. Step up more once again, compress the pitch, not letting the opposition have any space in the midfield. This is exactly what it says. So get the players and the defenders up the pitch to compress it as much as possible. And that is really it, man. Now, guys, before we get into the player roles, once again, people, make sure you are leaving a like. Make sure you subscribe. Like I said, 80% of you who watch my videos have not hit the subscribe button. It's time to sub, guys. I'm gonna give myself one more chance to hit that free throw. Let's go. It weren't meant to be, but it is what it is. Listen, people, hit that subscribe button. Let's get into this tactic right now. Right, here it is, guys, man. I'm gonna show you guys exactly every single player role and the instructions and what you need to be thinking about for the key players that help this system to actually thrive. Right, first up, we have a sweeper keeper on defend who was Jordan Pickford. Personally, he was very, very good for us. Loads of clean sheets, as you saw already, and we kept him on defend with the instruction to tackle harder. This encourages players to be forceful and combative when challenging for possession. So whenever Pickford finds himself outside of the box, finds himself in a position where he might be able to use his hands or not, he needs to go all in for it. He needs to be combative and winning the ball as soon as possible. Right, and in terms of the fullbacks, these are the fullbacks and they are very important to this tactic. The left fullback is a wing back on support. His instructions are take more risks, cross more often, dribble more, run wide with the ball, shoot less often and tackle harder. And it should be the exact same for the wing back on the right. And guys, these fullbacks are key to the system. If you're looking at the tactic, you can see it says focus play down the left, focus play down the right, and cross more often, as well as overlap on the left and overlap on the right. Some of you guys are thinking, why have you done this if you don't have any wingers? Because I want them to be very quick in the middle. I don't want too much play in the middle. I want them to work in the wide areas and get those balls into the box to the 3 strikers, as you can see. However, these 3 strikers. I'm gonna get into that later into the video, but you will understand that these strikers do help in the wide areas as well. So that might be key to understanding what roles those are going forward. But anyways, you need to make sure for these fullbacks, you are focusing on a few things, guys. Work rate, once again, like I said, throughout this whole tactic, work rate is needed. So make sure you have that. You need the players to be decent or good at crossing, acceleration and pace to be high. And another thing is stamina, because this player is going to be your wide player throughout the whole game. So the stamina needs to be high. I can't lie, they always get tired. So make sure you have backup fullbacks, because these guys are gonna need to be substituted sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes, man. So yeah, those are key for the fullbacks. Obviously tackling, passing and marking would be nice, but Patterson still does well in the system, so it doesn't really matter. Now, in terms of what you need to be focusing on these players, the 2 centre-backs, me personally, I would make sure that these players have a good first touch. I would make sure they're able to pass, obviously tackling because they're centre-backs. I would need to have my players have good work rate. The work rate philosophy will carry on throughout the whole team. As we are playing higher up the pitch, we need the players to be willing to work. If we look at what work rate says, it reflects the player's ability and willingness to work to their full capacity, going above and beyond the call of duty, meaning they are willing to die for that shirt, playing for the badge. That is exactly what I want throughout the whole club. So that is a key attribute when you are creating this tactic and signing and finding players. Anyways, in terms of acceleration, we need that to be good. We need the pace to be good, and we need their strength to be good. It would be very nice if the player was very good at headering and had a good jump reach, obviously, because defending set pieces, scoring set pieces and all of that. But it's not the end of the world, but focus on what I told you. And that is it for the centre backs. They are literally ball playing defenders on defend. Right, next for the 2 DM positions right here, and there is actually a DM on support, a defensive midfielder on support with the instructions, take more risks and tackle harder, and that is the exact same on both of them. They do have a good partnership, but it is with Idrissa Gana Gueye actually for the Corey, but I think Idrissa Gana Gueye got injured at some point. But anyways, with these DM roles, guys, once again, work rate is key. As you can see, the Corey's work rate 17, Ghana's work rate 15. I need these players to be work rate demons. I need you guys to be willing to work beyond what you think is possible. I need to go above and beyond that point. I need more and more. And at 32 years old, you would not think that this midfield should be challenging for the Premier League. But once again, I'm looking at the players' roles, I'm looking at what the players are good at and getting the best out of them. So work rate, once again, teamwork is needed, stamina is definitely needed, pace and acceleration would be nice as well, and natural fitness will help. So that's really it. Tackling would be nice as well, but it just is what it is. One thing I would say is that one of these DMs, I would try and get someone who is good at passing. So Ghana was sort of that profile. Ghana was more of the playmaker in a sense. He was still a DM on support as well, but he was the one, because he's better at passing, better vision and stuff like that, he was the one who would be able to pick passes out of nowhere. So it just made sense to have 2 different types of DMs that are still workhorses at the end of the day. So yeah, this is what Ghana looks like, and that's obviously what the Corey looks like, and Idrissa Gueye is somewhere else living his life. Anyways, we move over into this midfield role right here, and it is an advanced playmaker on support. Now, some of you may think, why the hell have you put an advanced playmaker in the centre mid instead of the number 10 role? We've told him to tackle harder as well. The reason why I've done this is to essentially try and create a compact team. So I've gone with essentially making a 7, not 7 at the back, but 4 in defense, 2 DMs and 1 midfielder who essentially will drop in as he is in support. So just creating a basically defensive solid team first and foremost, and then we try and create some way, somehow. So that was the thought process in why I made it look like this. It could have been further forward, but I thought it makes more sense to drop them back. Anyways, with this, once again, guys, we are looking at work rate, and João Neves on loan from PSG was one of the smartest signings we've made, £1.4 million for that. Why would I not do it? Work rate demon once again, up and down the pitch. Stamina's very good, natural fitness is very good, determination, decision making, all of that good stuff. And the thing is, he still has vision, he still has passing, he still has technique. So he was able to help in that creative role. And he does venture forward as well. So he was very good fit for that midfield role. Now, we move over into the front 3, the roles you guys probably have been waiting on. Now, I want to explain something, guys. This formation is essentially a 4-2-3-1. You might think, how does that make sense? It literally is a 4-2-1-3. Yes, but these 2 wide strikers are advanced forwards, guys. One of them has tackle harder on the right, the other one has take more risks and tackle harder. Now we're gonna look at exactly what an advanced forward is. An advanced forward's main role is to lead the line and look to spearhead attacking moves. Primary duty is to be the focal point of attacking moves and he is required to score and both create goals. The secondary role is to chase down misplaced through balls and clearances from deep with possession to lay off passes or crosses to teammates. You hear that? Win possession, lay off passes or crosses to teammates. So the fact that he's going to cross the teammates, where are you crossing from? You're not crossing from the middle of the pitch, bro. You're crossing from the wide areas. So your primary role is to be a striker, but your secondary role is to try and create for someone else as well. So that's why having two advanced forwards does make sense here. So that's exactly it. So once again, guys, in terms of these advanced forward, we are looking at work rate, we are looking at technique, and we are looking at finishing, dribbling, first touch, pace, and acceleration. Stamina would be nice, but obviously Molotov is a wonder kid created by Manny, so it just is what it is. We couldn't get everything in the world. And what I would say when signing these players, I would look for players that kind of can play as inside forward. And now for the final role, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, here it is. He is a target forward on support, meaning he would hold up the ball more. So he would hold up and allow players to get up the pitch. As you saw in certain videos in Winner Takes All, Calvert-Lewin was dropping into these areas, holding up the ball and then spraying it wide to those fullbacks. Fullbacks would bomb on, then whip it into the box, and then these guys would just be in the box. You'll see 3 strikers in the box because he would hold it up and then get into attacking positions. So Calvert-Lewin was a target forward on support. Once again, for a target forward, what I would say is you need someone tall, you need someone who's got good jumping reach, you need someone who's got good headering because they're gonna have to head of the ball, hold it up, all of that good stuff. Work rate's key, strength is key, and stamina is key again. Off the ball movement will obviously help them get into the box. But yeah, guys, that is the full tactic. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know any questions in the comments and I'll try my best to answer each and every one of them, guys. But make sure you are leaving a like, make sure you subscribe and comment. I'm live on Twitch Monday to Fridays, so make sure you come over to my Twitch and join us whilst we are currently doing a Wigan Athletic road to a Premier League title save. We will be there Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. UK time. I'll see you guys there. Enjoy the rest of your day.